Hey, what's going on, invaders? Welcome to the post-show recap for Zorch Radio episode 264. We just turned off the mics here at realpunkradio.com at the Thursday night Wrecking Pit, concluded another session. Zorch Radio, if you don't know what it is, it's our own psychotronic rock and roll program. That's our own hybrid of psychobilly, trash, and surf that we do every Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. It's right smack dab in the middle of the Thursday night Wrecking Pit, which is a prime source for psychobilly live broadcasting, if that's what you're into. Always here at realpunkradio.com. My name's Jake Noose, and that's DJ Hodaddy. The two of us, plus normally we've got Shirsty alongside of us, but she's sick tonight. We run the show here, or we try to run it, I guess you could say. Playing the records that we love. It's the 14th of January, 2016. And Hodaddy, what are some of the records that were of your favorite tonight?
Tonight I was partial to the Necromantics. We played Devil's Smile off Curse of the Coffin album. That's a really good track right there. And then, since Shirsty's not here, I'm doing a second one. And this is the Raymen here, and we played Drive My Rocket. That's Tonight, the Raymen. It's a cool album.
Yeah, and since Hodaddy took my favorite track for tonight, I've got backups on that one, because that Raymen track is killer. Big fan of Raymen.
I'm jealous of that album. That's a cool album.
One of my favorite tracks that we played tonight is title track from the Pitmen. Is Listen to the Engine. That's a Crazy Love Records release right there. And then also, absolute staple in my personal library and collection, this is The Monsters off of their album Birds Eat Martians, put out by Voodoo Rhythm Records. We played the track Dead End Street right here. And I love that kind of, what is that, a theremin at the beginning or a buzz? What does that sound?
Probably like a theremin or something.
I don't know. It's got a really cool intro
to hear
that
it again.
What about some of the other content throughout the show? I mean, it's mostly music, but we got other stuff.
We like to do a topic throughout the show, so we kind of bring that up in different breaks. But tonight's topic was moving into 2016 here, only 2 weeks in, and we've already lost three very respected celebrities. And so we were wondering who you guys think is next, since we're only 2 weeks into this, and we're already people are dropping like flies. It's crazy. And Eugene suggested in the chat room that it would be Donald Trump to kick the bucket. And so we had...
I don't think there's many people that would be too upset.
Well, I mean, maybe a few people, but I don't think anybody really cares about what they think. So... there were a couple of theories on how he would die. One was that he would choke eating a Hot Pocket, and I like to think that he would get crushed by a wall. I think that would be very fitting.
Karma, right
yes,
there.
An appropriate death. And another one of our staple segments of the night is the toast. Every week we ask you guys what you're toasting to. We like to stop and just have a drink. And King Bubba Truck toasted and said, "Here's to hoping that no more 69-year-old British dudes die this week." So we're looking at you, Tim Curry. You got to stay with us, buddy. After the toast, about 20 minutes afterwards, I do a segment called Dig This, and it's where I bring up a cool record from my collection, and tonight it was The Cramps. This is a cool bootleg that features a bunch of demo tracks from their 1982 A&M recordings, and then one home demo, and I got this one from Jake as a Christmas present, so Merry Christmas to me.
It was a blind buy, to be honest.
It's really good. It was a really good blind buy, especially being a bootleg. It's a cool one. After the Dig This segment that I do, normally we have Shirsty here to do a Trash-tastic minute where she comes and gives you a review of a trashy movie that she's watched. But since she's not here tonight, we're just going to plug her website. That's netflixknowhow.blogspot.com.
Yeah, she had a whole article written for tonight that she was going to report on. That's all about last Saturday. We had our very first Trashgasm at Scarecrow Video. So we showed Blood Feast compliments of Something Weird Video. I spun some records before and after the movie, and Shirsty was the hostess, had like a speech that she gave beforehand to kind of set the tone and introduce why we're watching such a weird movie like Blood Feast. So it was a lot of fun. Shirsi did a great job, and I'm really looking forward to doing that again. It's looking like we'll be able to do that again in the future, but knock on wood.
That's right.
Knock on wood. Don't want to shoot myself in the foot.
Shirsi also usually does the events calendar for the Pacific Northwest here, and since she's not here, we're going to just plug January 16th, this Saturday. There's a Come Together Memorial for Greg Gibson happening at Tony V's up in Everett. It's going to be featuring the Scoblins, Dirtay, Black Liquid Funeral, Sure to Get Shot, and Oracle Rising.
Yeah, and those of you who don't know, Greg Gibson was a promoter in the Northwest here who put on shows for about 15 years. His house caught on fire last Friday morning, and he died, unfortunately. So
it's a crazy year, man. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
It's nuts.
So we'll miss you, Greg.
Cheers, buddy. And yeah, that's about it for all the segments there.
Well, if you want to know completely what we played during tonight's program music-wise, you can always go to zorchradio.com and catch a view at the complete playlist. We've got hyperlinks for as much of the content as possible, so that way it'll take you directly to the band's website. You can buy some shirts, patches, or merch from them directly, so you can be an absolute, I don't know, what would you
fanatic.
say? Pilgrim. You'd be a pilgrim to the unknowing people who are unfamiliar with Madsen and the Meteors and stuff like that. We also got hyperlinks to the labels, so you can see other stuff that the label puts out. And usually for the specific release of the album, it'll take you to where you go. So when you look at the Monsters, Dead End Street, Birds Eat Martians, and Voodoo Rhythm Records, each of those will have its own link on there that you can just click and take you right to where you need to go to get stuff from those guys. Additionally, you can always make a contribution to ZorchRadio.com or RealPunkRadio.com specifically. If you just go to RealPunkRadio.com, there's a number of different ways that you can help keep the station afloat. And without that station, we wouldn't be here. So you can make a donation, you can buy merch at RealPunkRadio.BigCartel.com, get a sweet RPR shirt, or they got record carrier bags and patches that you need to put on your jackets. If you don't have an RPR patch on your jacket, you're not really an RPR listener.
You can't be in our club.
Right. That's what we're saying. We'll let you be in our club. I mean, it's okay. Also, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Zorch Radio. We'll see you guys, though, in 6 days, 21 hours. Until then, you can check us out on the social medias. What's your handles?
At 3D HoDaddy.
And that's for Instagram and Twitter?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and then mine's D Jake Noose. That's the letter D Jake Noose. That's on Instagram and Twitter. My name's Jake Noose. That's DJ HoDaddy. We'll see you in 6 days, 21 hours. And we're reminding you that nobody cares about your haircut.